After 10 years of destruction, war, displacement, and siege, human beings are bound to grow tired, craving space to breathe and a chance to experience something approximating a normal life. No one could object to their home or city being rebuilt and the opportunity to return to being surrounded by parents and friends. Yet how can we rebuild our country while more than 500,000 people have been arrested? Upon which mass grave will we place the new building's foundations? Atop which prison complex will we pile cement over the heads of thousands detained and disappeared underground? To date, over 120,000 people in Syria have been detained by the Syrian regime, extremist groups, and other parties to the conflict. There can be no solution or foundation for peace unless and until the fate of the disappeared is revealed and all the unjustly detained are released. Resolving the issues of forced disappearance and detention, obtaining justice for the victims, and holding the perpetrators accountable is the sole viable path to peace in Syria. Survivors of detention and the families of victims must be central to the attainment of justice. Accordingly, 5 victims' associations and movements have crafted their vision of justice into a peace and justice charter. For justice to be delivered, the following demands must be met. The detained must be released immediately, and the fate of the forcibly disappeared must be revealed. An immediate end must be brought to torture, inhumane treatment, and sexual crimes in detention centers. The remains of the dead must be made available to their relatives. All field tribunals and exceptional courts must be abolished. Fair and independent civil courts adhering to international standards must be made available to guarantee the right to a fair trial. Reparations for damages and compensation for victims must be guaranteed. The truth of the events in question must be officially acknowledged in a manner that preserves the accurate historical narrative. Official public confessions must be part of the transitional justice process. The practices of the security and judiciary branches must be changed. No role for perpetrators in justice and accountability institutions. All responsible for violations must be held accountable. Victims and their families must be at the front and center of any effective transitional justice process, aimed at achieving justice, accountability, truth, and peace. Truth and justice first.